I thought I'd take a moment to show you what the top of the hill looks like. There's the stoplight I was talking about. And then here we are at the top of this hill, and you can see the city in the distance there. Let me zoom in a little. There you go. That's the city of South San Francisco, I guess. So now, walk back down the hill. I know I'm stopping. I'm taking a quick break. Not very long, because I actually stopped and started recording. No, before that I stopped a little bit to stretch out my legs because my legs were hurting, but now I'm walking back down a hill, and it'll be a completely different set of muscles, at least I hope so, that will allow me to move forward. So while I have you here, if you can call this here, well, you're not here, but you're there. So while I have you there, I was thinking to myself about my reaction to friendships that I've had over my life, and I realized that I've said many, many times that expectation is the relationship killer. When you have expectations, you know, you put them on another person, consciously or subconsciously, and that person suffers for it. When people have expectations of you, you know, you suffer for it. Whether it's known or unknown, there's still a pressure. And that's not what a relationship is about. It's not about pressure. It's not about putting somebody in a situation where they owe you, or you owe them, or what the fuck ever. But growing up, that's exactly what friendships were, man. They were a survival mechanism. They were a way to get by. Your friends had your back. It was a form of security and safety. You had their back. You know, a family unit of sorts. But as I've gotten older, and that has stuck with me, it's served me well as caused me problems. I've severed a lot of relationships because of it. Because people were not upholding this unspoken understanding that I went so long in my life living by. You know, it was just the way that people were, and it's never gotten out of my head. It's never been something that I have moved past. So now here I am dealing with the idea of a relationship with somebody. It's gotten complicated because it started out as an understanding. I understood there was simply a friendship, and then I found out there was a kind of an angle to it. There was kind of an emotional attachment there. And like me being who I am, you know, this person's female, by the way. And me being who I am, I'm not the kind of person, I don't go out, I don't pursue relationships because I've had so many letdowns and disappointments and rejections that I'm just not very good with putting myself into a situation where I get rejected. I know you're supposed to go out there time and time again, but I've had a consistent record of every time I put myself out, failing. So I've learned through those repeated experiences not to. And all the relationships that I've had in my life were people that have put forward that they found interest in me, and then me garnering an interest in them in return. So, having this conversation with a person, I found out that there was some form of interest there. And at first, you know, I was like, okay, but I allowed myself to think about it because I'm single. I've been single for almost 5 years now. And so I started thinking about it, and I started developing some sort of interest in them. Well, that's not going to happen. They're in an involved relationship, a serious relationship, and they're most likely going to get married to this person, so that's not a reality. So of course I have to go through the process of shutting down myself and trying to force myself back into the just think of them as a friend mode. But that's not the point. The point is that, you know, the Christmas season's come around, and the holiday season, the New Year's, and their significant other has been around more. So, of course, like most relationships, they disappear. They're no longer online to talk to. They don't have much time to talk because they're busy with their partner. And I was getting hurt, not because this person is in this relationship, because I understand that, but it's because of the friendship part. They weren't abiding by this understanding that existed on my end, you know. A friend is somebody who maintains consistent interaction. Holidays or not, you know, if I talk to you every day, I'm expecting to talk to you every day. You know, that's something that's established and maintained for a while. It becomes expected. So here I am, and I walked out the door today because I tried talking to them, and it was really brief, and I was angry. And I'm sitting there bitching to myself, oh, fuck them, and blah, 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 you know, going on. Because that's how I vent, verbally. So I decided I'm going to stop myself, and I'm going to begin the process of trying to understand what has brought me to this point. Why am I irritated? And I've always known this. I always know that I have this level of commitment that I maintain with every relationship. And it's a level that people don't understand. And it's not like it's something that I foster consciously. It's just something that I've come to understand over the years of my life. This is how a friend reacts. This is how a friend behaves. And holding people to that expectation, holding people to that level of commitment, without them being fully aware of the commitment that they've taken a part in, is completely, it's ludicrous. It's retarded. So, here I am now, you know. I still have to deal with the emotional repercussions of that mindset, because it's not like I can just shut it off. But I've got to learn to be more communicative. Those complicated words, complex words are sometimes hard to pronounce. Be more communicative. Jesus, I sound like a fucking fourth grader. With the people that I'm interacting with, letting them know this is where my head is. Establishing a more open and clear line of communication with them. You know, I wrote that blog last night, and once again, I don't know how many times I've said this. You know, when I write blogs, part of it is just a form of expression, part of it is actual thoughts. And I'm glad that so many people get so many different things from what I write. That people find different nuances in the things that I've said and give their perspective. It's cool. That it's like a painting, you know, where the artist creates something, and then it's left to the interpretation of the viewer to come up with what they think the painting's about. And I guess it's hard for me to understand or to grasp that, being the person who's put that out there rather than being the person that's observing it. It's weird, you know. It's like I really want people to understand what I'm trying to say, but at the same time, I don't want them to stop thinking whatever it is they're thinking. It's weird. Anyway, I went off on a little divergence there, a little diatribe, if you will. But anyway, the point being is that, you know, I don't know what the point is. I honestly don't. I keep talking, hopefully get my brain to move to a point where I can make some sort of connection, but I don't know what the point is. Anyway, I'm walking back down the hill now, as you can see, and I've got about the same distance as you guys can't see. Let me see if I can zoom in. Can't see it, can you? No, you can't. There's a stoplight down there, though. Alright, anyway, about the same distance, so I guess the midway point is where I'll stop. So there you go. Hello, everybody who was viewing this. All three of you. I hope your weekend is great. It's the new year. I will not say that the new year will be better than last year. I will simply say that you have the opportunity to run this time. And no, here's an idea. Go in thinking the year's not going to be that great, and make it as great as you can for yourself. You know, don't think that the new year is going to give you anything. Instead, you've already been dealing for the last year or 2 years, however long it's been, with shit. Now we've got this artificial marker. And you can take that marker and say, fuck it, I'm going to do what I'm going to do this year. So that's what you should do. Go out in the world, kick somebody, square in the nuts, somebody that, figuratively, you know, I don't really want you to go into jail, because assault's not a good thing. But still, go out there, kick the world in the nuts. And let that motherfucker know that you are a force to be reckoned with, and forge the future that you want in this world. Me? I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. But I thought I would take the time to share that with you. Me and my fucked up hair. Walking next to a graveyard. See? Graveyard! So I guess until the next time, how many minutes? Yeah, wow, 10 minutes, alright. I will talk to y'all later.